Hey, sorry, welcome back. There was a Wi-Fi issue and all of a sudden it wasn't working. So we left off in our reading. We were just going to read about this really amazing animal. It says lizards and snakes are nature's magicians. Many are capable of amazing physical feats when they try to avoid predators or when they eat their prey. Radical reptiles seemingly defying the laws of physics. Green basilisks lizards can run short distances on the surface of water without sinking. It says green basilisks have long toes on their rear feet with skin attachments that they use to slap against the water. And this creates enough of an air pocket to prevent them from sinking as long as they move their feet fast enough. All snakes are carnivores. Some snakes kill by biting and injecting toxic venom into their prey. Other snakes are constrictors, and they attack by wrapping their long bodies around their prey and squeezing or constricting it to death. In either case, snakes swallow their prey whole. Many times the prey is actually larger than the snake's head. How do they do that? Thanks to stretchable head muscles and the ability to unhinge their jaws, snakes can open their mouths wide enough to swallow animals that appear far too big for them to eat. And down here, this one says, anacondas are among the largest snakes on Earth and can grow to more than 30 feet in length. They are constrictors capable of swallowing large mammals, even humans, if they feel threatened. Wow, okay, so we just heard a lot of information. So what is something that you learned about reptiles from this book? Go ahead and pause me while you share that information with somebody in your house or an animal or a stuffed animal that's nearby, because I've got a couple other questions for you and I'm just going to keep rambling on. All right, my second question is about this book, Reptiles, and how is it similar to A Pack of Wolves that we read about the other day, and how is it different? What is similar about these two books and what is different about these two books? If you're not done, which you probably aren't, you should pause me because I've got one last question for you to think about here. How did the author organize information about reptiles in this book? And really this book. All right, if you're still chatting, you should pause me because I will throw out some things that maybe you might have already said. You could have named about some of the animals that you learned about, such as turtles, crocodiles, snakes, or other reptiles. A pack of wolves and other canine groups and reptiles are similar to reptiles because they both have chapters. That's true. They both have a table of contents, and they both have glossaries in them. Both books actually also have a lot of photos, and there's captions in both of these books as well. The author of the Wolf book uses questions to organize the writing, and the author of the Reptiles book doesn't use questions. It's just a bunch of information. Okay. All right, so now that you've heard all of that, writing is going to be very similar to the last day where there were two parts. So part one, I just want you to spend 15 to 20 minutes browsing nonfiction articles, probably online, unless you've got a really amazing book that has a lot or lots of amazing books with different animals. But if not, Google it, get online and just find as many different articles about anything that interests you regarding animals, as long as it's nonfiction. Okay, that's going to be part one. And then after 15 or 20 minutes, you're going to pick from these three suggestions that I have. And here, I'll put them up so you can read along with me. So you can pick from two. So you're going to write one or two interesting things that you found out about an animal today, or you're going to write 1 or 2 things that you are curious about, or you can add any new ideas that interest you in your writing ideas section. So that's part 2. So part 1 is get your research. Go find out a bunch of information, read, be curious, let your questions lead you to lots of new places. And then when you're done, come back and spend a little bit of time writing about some things that you found. Remember to put it all in your writer's notebook so that you know where all of that information is, because you know I'm going to have you come back to it when you are writing your final project for this unit. All right, happy writing. You got this.